But let's get started with the National Football League from last night. Couple of dud games, as it turned out. Although the Jets made this seem a little closer than it appeared, they committed 13 penalties against Miami. A very slow first half turned out to be a very high-scoring second half, 27-21. The Miami Dolphins, in the battle of two winless teams at 0-3, end up picking up their first win of the season. And it was a very impressive performance by their offense, which really hadn't shown much to date this year. But Tua Tagovailoa, Devon Achane, of course, performed. Perhaps the bigger story overall from this game may not be the result, but what happened to Tyreek Hill, wide receiver of the Miami Dolphins, injured in this game, is having surgery as we speak. He is lost for the entire season due to a torn ACL and some other issues as well. Again, Tyreek Hill not going to play another game. The remainder of the season, may not play with the Dolphins ever again. We'll get to that story in the offseason. First, let's tackle last night. Mike McDaniel talking about how important it was to finally pick up win number one.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think we've gotten better, and we had to. You always have to, but it definitely has felt. We've had several instances of winning football. Winning football to me is complementary three-phase football, where sometimes the momentum starts with a punt, and that's what our team has to understand.
I didn't say anything to the guys. I think it was one of those where collectively we knew, we needed to step up in general, regardless of who's in. We feel as if the next man up, and we shouldn't lack the way we play, the style of our play. We shouldn't lack any of that. So that was sort of the mantra or the mindset going into that after Tyreek got hurt.
Another game of what ifs for the Jets, by the way. As I mentioned, 13 penalties and some very strange plays by some of their players, putting them in bad positions. It's not a tolerable thing right now for their head coach, Aaron Glenn.
When it comes to the game today, very disappointing. Very disappointing. And there's no way you can win any game with 13 penalties and 3 turnovers. It just can't happen. But what we have to do is go back to work. We have to go back. That's the only way that we can fix it. Really take a look at these penalties, take a look at these turnovers, and make sure we understand that we have to understand before you can win games, you have to learn how not to lose games. And we have to do a better job in that case. And we will. We will. And again, the only way to do that is go back to work. And that's what we got to do.
It's just a tale of, 3 out of our 4 losses. Teams will shoot themselves in the foot, then we come back and shoot ourselves in the head. So you can't win if, defensively, if, or offensively, if we're not, converting on third down, if we're not getting us to third and manageables. We're in 2nd and 25, 2nd and 20, 1st and 15,
2 Monday Night Football games. One of them, as I mentioned, Jets-Dolphins. The other one, only one team showed up. I mean, I guess the ratings for the second half of this game were dismal. Broncos just destroyed the Cincinnati Bengals last night, 28-3. Game never, ever in doubt. Broncos win, cover that 7.5-point number. Broncos, Bo Nix had a nice game at quarterback, also getting some contributions from Cortland Sutton, RJ Harvey. They scored as well. Nothing on the side of Cincinnati. They got to be asking what they are going to do moving forward at quarterback, I would guess. But first, let's hear from Sean Payton on the team win.
Just a few things. Obviously, good team win in a lot of areas. Thought we did a lot of things well. We'll see the tape tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be some things that we'll want to clean up. The penalties still bit us a few times, but it was one of those games where statistically in most of the categories it leaned in our favor. So
500+ yards. Just how much did it matter to get into a rhythm pretty early in the game and then sort of sustain it, mostly throughout?
Well, it was important. I think just running the ball efficiently really helped. We stayed out of 3rd and long, and we were 1st down, 2nd down, 1st down. So didn't have many. I mean, we had a few 3rd downs, but it wasn't a 3rd down game. We weren't just sitting in 3rd down all day. So that helps. And then running the ball is great for the offense.
Some light injury updates from the National Football League on Monday. Lamar Jackson will clearly be questionable going into this week's game. Head coach John Harbaugh with no update on Lamar Jackson's hamstring. Also, Nnamdi Madubuike, the defensive tackle on the Ravens, going to be lost for the season. Tampa Bay says that Bucky Irving is also dealing with an injury. Their star running back is going to wait MRI results as well. Yesterday, the National Basketball Association had their media day around the league, and naturally, we're all waiting to hear from the Los Angeles Clippers with this investigation going on about the Clippers trying to circumvent the salary cap, an allegation that's being invested by the NBA. And Kawhi Leonard, who is the center of this investigation, said there was no wrongdoing.
Oh, I mean, it's easy for me. I mean, I don't read headlines or do conspiracies, theories, or anything like that. So, it's about the season and what we got ahead of us right now. And yeah, tomorrow we'll start camp and see what we got.
Do you have any reaction or statement regarding some of the things that have been alleged over the last month?
No, I mean, the NBA is going to do their job. None of us did no wrongdoing. Yeah, I mean, that's it. We invite the investigation. It's not going to be a distraction for me or the rest of the team.
And the preseason getting ready to kick off in the NBA. Meanwhile, some changes at managers yesterday in Major League Baseball. Maybe the biggest surprise of the day was seeing the parting of the ways with Bruce Bochy and the Texas Rangers. Bochy, of course, led the Rangers to a World Series championship a couple of years ago. Also, Rocco Baldelli is out in Minnesota. The Twins lost nearly 100 games this past season, although Baldelli had done a good job up until this point. Looks like Baldelli will be looking for a new job, and the Twins will be looking for a new manager.